This is a demonstration of the new Chr550 Lockpick. This is a device designed for the Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep vehicles. It connects to the MyGig radio systems, all styles, all years. It's fully compatible with all those. It's plug and play, very simple to install, and it has a lot of features. We're going to go through them kind of step by step here. In this particular installation, we've connected a lot of different accessories to it. We have left and right cameras, front and rear cameras. We've connected two sources. This includes a 6th generation iPod Nano and an iPhone. It could be a DVD player. It could be any other multimedia source that you'd like. To begin with, you'll notice that we've added an extra mode to your radio. If you don't have the TV mode, the Lockpick will add that to it, so it'll automatically be activated when you plug in the Lockpick. If you already have Sat TV, you're familiar with this mode, the Lockpick does preserve those functions, so you'll still have those 3 channels that were available before. You can select those using the touchscreen. It'll be built into the menu structure, and we'll show you that in just a moment. To start with, we'll notice that we have an iPod out mode. This is a function built into a lot of Apple devices, including the iPhone, iPad, the 6th Gen Nano, the iTouch. All these have this function available in them, and it's very powerful. It has a lot of graphics, gives you album art, and I'll demonstrate that. We'll start off with just selecting iPod out now. This is going to activate it in our iPhone below here. Notice we have a view video button. I'll connect using that, and that'll show us the screen that's being activated using the Lockpick. This is fully controlled using the steering wheel buttons, so I can scroll down through the functions on the screen. I can select whichever one I want. Again, scrolling down, whatever I'd like to select. It's very, very simple. Gives me the songs, and also you have the album art associated with it. This is going to be sound and video associated. Very simple to operate. You can back up through the menus, again using your steering wheel buttons. And you can also raise and lower the volume. Now we can move on to the next function, which is a manual operation. This is going to return the function back to your iPod, iPhone, whatever device you have connected. Currently the steering wheel controls are controlling the iPod functions on that. But if you want to control them yourself, or you want to access videos you have on your device, streaming Netflix, Pandora Radio, iHeart, other, all kinds of applications that might be available to you, it's very simple to get back to it. We'll just touch the screen. That's going to bring back our menus. They're going to overlay on top of our video. You can select the iPod manual mode. We'll go ahead and hide the video because there's no video associated now with that. And we can return back to our iPhone itself. And now all functions are fully controlled using the phone. I can go here and select a movie. There we go. And that'll begin playing. Select the view video again, and there's the iRobot movie I just selected. Also, that's being copied to our top screen still because we have them matched. You can set a headrest option, and I'll demonstrate that later. We can split these functions up. Next, we'll move into the aux input mode. Currently, say we do have this little iPod Nano connected, and it's going to supply some audio for us. And again, it could be a full multimedia device that you have connected that will give you audio plus video. It's just a simple connection on the Lockpick itself. If I switch over to aux AV, now I'm going to have the audio from the Nano playing. Very simple to operate. And again, I can easily hide the video. Now we're back to just a regular radio, listening to whatever source you have connected. Or I can switch back to my iPod out mode and select whatever I want to from my iPhone. I'm so addicted to. Very simple. Move into our next page of menus. We can then select cameras individually. There's functions for automatic activation of these cameras, but you can also select them individually just by touching the screen. So if I want to see the rear camera, just touch rear cam, view video, there's my rear camera. I can come back and say, nope, front cam, and there's the front camera. left camera. There's the left cam. Or right camera to see the right side. And again, you can turn these on or off just by touching the screen. The next set of options available on the Lockpick are your automatic activations of the camera. Certainly have the automatic rear camera. So what's going to happen when the car is placed in reverse, it'll automatically switch to the view from the rear view camera. You have an auto front camera option. This is by default off, but you can turn it on just by selecting change option. Now the auto cam is on. Whenever the vehicle is driving less than 7 miles per hour, it will activate the front camera automatically. If you want to turn it off while it's activated, just double press the power button 2 times and it shuts it off. Temporarily until you slow down again for the next cycle. You have automatic turn signal cameras. They're by default off. If you want to turn them on, just hit change option. Now they're on. Now whenever you select your turn signal, it will activate automatically a left or a right turn signal depending which way you selected your turn signal. And shuts off automatically whenever you finish your turn. Move on to the next page of our menus. This is where we have our headrest output selections. This will determine what we send to that second screen that's up on top here. So if we have it copying the front screen, it's going to be by default this selection here. If you want it to be the iPod, whatever iPod you have connected, it's going to select here, and that'll send the iPod out to that top screen. In this case here, we have music playing on our iPhone, so that's going to show you that as we go along. You can also set it for the aux input, which could be whatever else you have connected to it. In this case, we have the iPod Nano, but it could be, say, again, a full multimedia device that you have connected. Through the next pages, you have your options of the cameras themselves. So you can send out the rear camera to it, and that'll show up on the top. Or you can select the front camera, or the left, or right. That'll show permanently on that top screen, regardless of what you're doing on the bottom here. The next pages of options allows you to set additional things. This is an auto cam function. So if you have your headrest set for an iPod, you can activate the auto cam function, which allows it to be interrupted if an automatic camera is activated. So if you happen to turn on a turn signal and you have the auto turn signals activated, and you also want that to show on the headrest output, just select the headrest auto cam function, turn it on, and whatever activation of an automatic camera occurs, it will then show on the headrest output as well. We have continued to offer the VES mode. This is to be used for another output. So if you want to show the DVD player, that's the factory DVD player in your MyGig radio, the only output for that is via the VES mode. So the Lockpick will activate that VES mode. It'll add another tab up to the top here that says VES. You can select it. You can then set the output of the VES to be whatever you want it to be. So if you want to show the VES or the DVD player on a second screen, you can select the DVD on that function and it will output it to the second screen or a third screen or whatever else you want to hook into the car. Now if your vehicle is equipped with a factory satellite TV system, the Lockpick will preserve that function, and that'll add a 7th menu. We'll go ahead and click to the 7th page, and there's our 3 original channels, Nick, Disney, and Cartoon. We can select those and show the picture out in the front here. And again, this is independent of the pictures showing up on the headrest monitor. Completely dual zone. It allows you to seamlessly switch back and forth between sources, again just using the touchscreen. Complete and full control. To complete the demonstration, we've got all the cameras activated, all the auto functions activated. We have 2 video sources showing now on the different screens. The headrest auto cam is activated, so it's going to show the cameras on demand as well. I'll go ahead and bring the vehicle into motion. The front camera is already activated. The screens will then return to their original video source as we go past 7 miles per hour. Put the turn signal on. We'll switch over to that left-hand view. As the turn signal ends, returns back to its original video source. I'll slow down below 7 miles per hour, and again we'll activate that front camera automatically. Bring it back into motion. They return to their video sources. Right camera. Now we can see the right view. And again, as we slow back down, turn signal off. We're going to go back into our front camera. It's all seamless, automatic, and say that you have full options and control over what you want to show on either screen, when, and where. This completes the demonstration of the Chr550 Lockpick.